Hello everybody. In today's video I will talk about sustain pedal in Ketron. What you can do with sustain pedal with Ketron keyboard SD90. You can use sustain pedal as a sustain pedal for piano. When you press it, it will hold your sound, release, that's it. Now you can use that sustain pedal for organ sound if you play organ. And then you press it. It is activating Leslie effect again. See? Or you can use it to change instrument. For example, this guitar or this. Big guitar or acoustic guitar. Or you can have accordion sound or change it. You can have that accordion. You can use control from your controller together with violins. Or that is how we can use. There is another ways how we can use it. All those functions we can use it with pitch control. This actually with modulation. If we are using modulation. On controller, but for today we'll focus how we can work with sustain pedal. Now, I will go back to video where I was explaining new operating system 2.1 from Ketron, and I was using guitars. I am going to use same guitar, that is that guitar. So that is that guitar. But now that guitar that I used in that video, now actually in that video I used two guitars, not one. You couldn't see this because that was under the table. So I was pressing that. I used two guitars. That is one and that is second one. See, this is bright guitar. And that is now a little darker. Look at that. And that. Or. So I was using two guitars. That wasn't only one guitar. That was two multi-samples of guitar. So how did I use them and how you can control with this thing all those things that I already told you what I was using to control, change instrument, sustain, or I can use it for engage Leslie effect. Now let me go to this guitar. Inside of that guitar, and I will show you what do we have here. Inside of that guitar we have two guitars. One and two. So those are two guitars. So if we go to page number 4. Now in page number 4, look at it, says first, second. It means when I choose guitar, it will play first guitar, this one. That is the name of the guitar. It's a Les Paul guitar. And I put a word from my country, so it's not important word, it is just name. And up is first guitar. Now, up is second guitar. When I press it. Actually, this one is first guitar. If I choose it again. So now it is playing this guitar. When I press, now it's playing that guitar. How did I get it? So look, you will see this here row. In this row it says voice mode normal, type normal, mode sustain switch, mode pedal, and full one. So, and first and second. If you press on first, you can choose, do you want to have it as a first sound or do you want to have it as a second sound? Just a moment. Ketron doesn't work. So, okay, Ketron. Sometimes you have to exit and you have to go back. And that sound, let me go back to that sound. Wheel is not working. That is not my fault. That is Ketron's fault. Let me see, is that going to work now? Okay, let me go to page number 4. And now it's working. Look at, just exit and go inside. Now, if you turn this wheel, you can get first sound, second sound, or all. It means it will be first and second sound. Now, I choose it as a first sound. When you press there, you'll choose what is going to be second sound. Put this setting down, and you will be able to change sounds with pedal. Now you don't have switch, sustain switch. Don't do that if you have piano and you need sustain switch. But if you don't need sustain switch, then you can control it as a sustain switch. But in my next video, I will show you how you can control that with modulation. If you have modulation, like me, you cannot see now, camera is not showing. But on controller, you know, you have pitch control and you have modulation control. You can change those instruments by using modulation type normal. But in this case, I will switch to pitch wheel. Actually, it is going to, it says pitch wheel. It is not pitch wheel. Pitch wheel works like for pitch, but it is actually modulation wheel. So I will show you in my next video that situation. Actually, I can show you right away. See? One guitar, another guitar. And you can play both of them if you put modulation wheel in the middle. Both of them you can play. So now I will go back and keep it as a sustain switch. So I want to control it with sustain switch. In this case, in this instrument. But I have some instruments what I'm controlling with. For example, piano. Let me go back. Here, press piano. Now there is another piano. See, this one is a little bit more aggressive. Let us go in piano section and see what is going on. Which piano do I have here? If I press to grand piano. Oh, I have grand piano. And now with pad. Piano with pad. Now I go down. So in this combination, I'm not using sustain pedal because I need sustain pedal for this, but I'm using modulation wheel and switching from piano to piano with pad. And still I have my sustain pedal working because I don't need modulation wheel to play piano. I don't need that. I don't need that sound in piano, of course. So that's why I'm using. And what is very interesting, actually I'm already in this video showing you if you want to use modulation to control. With modulation wheel you can have both instruments. One of them depends on which position is modulation wheel, because this modulation wheel has option that you can unlock spring. Spring that is when you turn it up, it will spring will take it back. It will have some kind of force. But if you disconnect spring, then you can keep modulation wheel in the middle, and you can have both sounds: piano with strings. You can control amount of strings that you want to add, because now modulation wheel is acting as a potentiometer as well. Not only modulation wheel, you can add amount of second sound as much you want to add. That is very, very good option that we have here in Ketron keyboards SD90. So extremely good option. So now let me go back to those guitars. Let us focus to those guitars, because some friends, they asked me about this guitar. They thought that it's just one guitar. Because I told you I'm using my sample of guitar. Yeah, but I was using actually two samples. If I go to guitar, inside of that guitar, look at that. Again, Ketron. Okay, it is opening, thanks. Yeah, you know, sometimes you are surprised, but it will work. So that touch screen, sometimes in some situation, you have to repeat things if you want to get it to work. Okay, to those guitars, I have them here. So where are they? This here, first let me explain you what is this if I go inside here. This here is user voice. User voice is combination of 3 sounds, actually 4, but 3 upper sounds, and that 4th sound is second voice. It is as well upper sound, but it's second voice that we can engage or disengage. Look at what I have here. I will choose another sample to show you how it works with 3 sounds. Let me go to that acoustic guitar, or this accordion. This accordion is good sample. So that is one accordion. That is. Let us go inside of that accordion to show you 3 sounds. Now, let me go to page 4. We have first sound, we have second sound, we have all. That all is strings. But that string, if I go to page number 1, is on 0. Why is on 0? Because volume of that sound I am controlling with controller. So I want to add string on first accordion or second accordion. There is a string. Now if I go to first accordion, now, that's why I have it on all, because I want to be able to add that string on first accordion and on second accordion. So it means whenever I press this, strings is going to be available, just if I want to add it with my controller. So that is a very interesting thing. Now, that is explanation how I use this guy and what I can do with this guy, with sustain pedal. In my next video, pay attention, for my next video, I am going to explain you about multi-sampling and sampling on Ketron, how I do that. I will show you my way, how I think, how I'm using this option, and why I am using that on this way. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in my next video, and please subscribe.